Welcome back to V-Roll. We are doing a giveaway, trying to reach 4,000 subscribers. That's the goal here, and then we're going to give away that 151 poster collection, going out to one lucky winner, 2 3-pack blisters from Surging Sparks, and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. I'm really just going to pull a set aside of some duplicates and some extras that I have that I want to share with you, and making sure that they're decent. They're not going to be bulk cards. They're going to be ultra rare or better. So that's going to be in the 5 mystery card lots. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the channel for those 8 prizes going out. And how do I select this? Well, 1, we reach that threshold, the 4,000 subscribers, and then 2, I need you to be a part of the channel and all the things I just said, and take that extra step. The extra step is just making sure we land your comment in the right spot, so I can pull from that for the 8 winners. Go over to this video here. That's the one where I'm going to be pulling comments for those 8 winners once we reach that threshold. Today is Wednesday, which means we look at our Wednesday works of art, or our Works of Art Wednesday, and I'm changing it up a little bit, hopefully accelerating the format, but let's dive in. And before we really get started on the Works of Art Wednesday, I wanted to point out the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions surprise box. It shows it's available. There you go. Not a bad wrap. Sold out on the ETB. That's okay. And then when you click in here, it's out of stock. Okay, well, Pokemon Company tried to do better and started it with a limit of 2. There's been reports in the past that you could order your limit and then turn around and do a new order of that same limit. That was not the case here, because I tried it, at least for me. Not that I was trying to get greedy, I just wanted to see if it's possible to put it out there. And there's going to be 9 different promos, so you're going to need more than 2 boxes on this one. But you can't do that, which is a good thing. Long term, that's a good thing. Yeah, when you're the person who wants to get a few more or whatever, oh darn, you can't get them. But that's a really good thing for the hobby, because it restricts people from buying 100 of these things, or even just a dozen of them, and planning on selling them off at an inflated price. At this $22.99 price, it's okay for the per pack price. And then in the promo, the little extras that you're going to get in there, like these dividers that are a little bit more unique than we might be used to, since they're individual dividers. And then you have your promo card, the 4 packs, and they say it's like a storage box. So I don't know if it's going to be built kind of like an ETB kind of box, or if it's going to be a little bit flimsier than that. We'll have to see. But 4 packs, that's $5 a pack, and then you have $3 on the promo, and it's going to be 1 of 9. These are not specifically promos. These are going to be from the set, and if you look at it, it has the set number. It doesn't say promo. All right. The only difference here is we have this stamp. So this is kind of in between a full-fledged promo, where it would be a separate artwork, and the actual card from the set. So since it's the card from the set and you're only adding the stamp, I would hope that the value doesn't get out of control on these. But we'll have to see. Maybe some will be more than others. That's understandable, because there are certain, fan bases for particular evolutions, or EV itself. So, you're going to have to take a look at that. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But these should be on shelves. These should be in stores. These should be available for pre-order elsewhere when different game stores are available to do so. I don't think there's any rush to think that this is our only opportunity here. So don't hold your breath, but at the same time, don't panic. The only thing that I think you really need to be watching out for on Pokemon Center is the exclusive Elite Trainer box. All right, the exclusive Elite Trainer box for some restock. Now, Friday's coming up. We're going to use Surging Sparks as a very recent test to see if it restocks on Friday, when the set actually officially releases. I know people are out there opening this thing up left and right, the build and battle kits for the pre-releases, and you have a lot of the big PokeTubers and different online stores that are doing openings all over the place. And you know what? That's fine. Whatever. It's the way of the market is today, and we'll see how that all plays out. But it'll be really fun to see Friday when people like me, normal people, actually get a chance to get a hold of their cards and do some openings and enjoy the set for what it is. But this is one you want to look out for. This one will probably restock here, or we'll be seeing it in stores without a lot of difficulty to obtain it. But that's just kind of a footnote to what we're talking about here, and that's going to be working through our sets for the Works of Art Wednesday. And today I wanted to do Surging Sparks, but in typical fashion, the Wednesday following the release is the better day. They don't have it here on PokeLector as a reference, so I don't want to be jumping ahead just yet on that one. So that'll be next Wednesday. Today, we are actually looking past where we're at. We did Brilliant Stars, we did Fusion, and now we're on Celebration. It's not a very big set, but I did want to go comb through it. And in making things a little bit different here, we have the Classic Collection, which was kind of a subset, but it was about half of the entire set to go through. And a lot of these, all of these, I believe all of these are reprints from previous sets. So it gives us a little insight to where I might be going with those cards once that set releases, although I'm trying to keep it in the context of this particular set. So with that in mind, you might be a little surprised at how I broke this down and where I stacked certain things up. The main collection set here, this one is going to be all new artworks for the set here, including that full art shiny Mew, the full art Professor's Research. And these were not difficult to pull if you were able to get the set at the time. These were not difficult to pull or even master. I think Charizard's sitting around $75. That's the highest card of the set, aside from the gold cards that came in the UPC. So let's take a quick look here, and I already broke it all down. I put everything in here. That main set, outside of the a little bit more specialty artworks, they all sit in the not going to last, only because they were so easy to get a hold of. The only one that might be an exception is this Mew, but I think long term these are going to be somewhat forgettable. The Celebration set was a great set. It was really the Classic Collection that brought a lot of people to it. A few of the Classic Collection cards and the new ones made it into my neutral zone here. Most hit in that still art, including Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, I know. But a lot of these, like I said, are reprints. You might be surprised by Umbreon. These are reprints from previous sets. So in the context of this specific release, they kind of fit in that still art. And one I'm going to set aside and highlight specifically to discuss because it's still art, but it was kind of a game changer and very interesting approach on this particular set. So I want to bring it out and discuss it. That's going to be our next slide here, next window, and the first card we're going to really look at. But let's walk through the true artworks. I think the fact that it's a base set Pikachu and a base set Charizard is not particularly special. However, these were the first metal cards. These were the first metal cards available in the Pokemon TCG. And if anybody is familiar with it, or if you remember being a part of it, these were able to go out for grading right away. Then that got shut down instantly. So we saw the few like PSA 10 Charizards metal cards going for $15,000, crazy numbers. Now they've opened it up that you can grade metal cards again. So had it available, shut it down because they didn't really know if that was reasonable to be grading these things. And now we have it in a way that it is okay. They're allowing it again. They have their standards built, so they're going to go that route. Couple others to highlight here. Couple promos that came out of this set. That Lance's Charizard V, the Dark Sylveon V. They're a little bit more simplistic in the art style than I would normally emphasize in this category. However, in the context of the set, they have a very dreamlike quality to them. Very interesting. I like the Lance's Charizard kind of maybe giving us an insight into what kind of stuff we might want to see or be able to see from the forthcoming, gym hero type set coming up. It was wonderful to see them take Surfing Pikachu and Flying Pikachu, offer a VMAX version, but then having that full art view of those cards from many years ago now, and especially that Pikachu out in the prairie, in the grasses, in the forest, wherever, just hanging out full art and not just this cropped version here. So excellent to see that. The three cards that I pulled aside are super inexpensive, but I think they're worth discussing because it's about the art. Professor's Research, the regular one, not the full art. Just this arm coming down here, fantastic. The fact that the lighting still meets this little overhead lamp here, pouring in, casting that shadow, projecting backward here. This is perfectly done. For such a simple card that's worth nothing, in terms of Pokemon cards, it's worth nothing. Absolutely beautiful lighting on Professor Oak. Classic Professor Oak from the original games and the original set of cards, really. Professor's Research, being Professor Oak, and just running over here and writing out another note, just keeping it going, continuation of the desk without it being the desk, just writing out of the frame. Just a clever little detail. I would have liked for them to take it a step further and have a shadow cast of his arm under here to meet that, and hand and everything. I would have rather seen that to give it that much more realism. I think that was a huge miss on the part of the artist or the Pokemon company, whoever made the decision to not have it. I think that was a huge miss on their part, because if you're going to play with the light this dramatic and emphasize the shadows that greatly and make sure they exist, and it's hard shadows, it's not a big deal. You could do a softer shadow in intensity but a hard line, so we know that light source is intense. You know, it really would have made this card to another level of special, and it might be even worth like 8 cents. I mean, I'm telling you, that could really bring this thing up. Obviously, that's a joke. So, really cool card, and it is in the still art category for me. All right, it's still art because of that. I mean, really, a normal trainer out of the baseline set of this, not even the subset, the classic collection, wouldn't normally have much cachet, I guess, to be elevated. But that detail brings you in to say, let's give it a look. And then that look shows you the lighting, shows you the chaos, shows you how much thought went into such a simple card. So for something so simple, and a professor's research, we've all seen it. I mean, if you've played any bit of the game, you've all seen it, and you've all either encountered it or used it. It's a very common one to utilize. Such a simple card here, but a classic character of Professor Oak. It's so beautifully done, really. I mean, I can't emphasize enough for something that really gets passed over so often. I want to move over to the next one here, and that's got to be the Pikachu. That has to be the Pikachu. It's easy. I think. So I mastered the set, and it took me a long time to pull everything. I was getting sick to my stomach on the last card I needed, and even though that card is not valued very high, it was just a huge weight off my shoulders to finally pull it. It was really great. Good video long ago. You're going to have to sift through and find it, but it does exist on the channel. And when I was going through the process of pulling it, this was easy. I mean, it's 52 cents. This is easy to get a hold of. And you'd pull them every few packs. You know, every 10 packs you'd be pulling one of these. Maybe it wasn't that common, but it was very common. So I have like 2 full pages of this Pikachu full art because it's iconic. It's the Chunkachu, the original from the base set, the mascot. This is the way we were introduced to Pikachu. All right? They got him in every sort of look you can imagine. And if you don't believe me, they have the V Union Pikachu with so many different artworks. Great artwork there, all coming together through the years, the different ones. But this one was the original that we were all introduced to, and the fact that they finally opened up that window and let us into Pikachu's life a little bit and seeing this scene even more so, it just kind of made this card to another level for me. You got the Caterpie peek in here, you got the light shining through there, little Jacob's Ladder coming through the trees there, this beautiful framing here. I mean, it's got more nostalgia than anything, and then also the artwork opened up this window into what's really going on there. So, fantastic card. Of course, this made it to the top tier in true artworks. And lastly on my list that I want to look at, not to belabor the point, but this one. This is the most expensive card we're looking at here. It's not the most expensive card in the set. In fact, it is a promo that came in the Elite Trainer box. There was no difference between the regular ETB or the Pokemon Center ETB with the promos. At the time, it was just you got the promo. So there was no Pokemon Center stamped version or anything like that. And I tried to dig in some research because it has the classic collection look. However, this is a Sword and Shield promo specifically. So what we are seeing here, and TCG Player did a good job of putting it down here so you know what you're looking at. In honor of the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, it combines Generation 6 Pokemon with the card mechanics and templating that haven't been seen since Generation 3. So, while it looks like a classic collection card, having a Greninja Gold Star and having this, what might be, a Neo era kind of swirl down there? I don't know. Gen 3 style card, having this Gen 6 Pokemon, this Greninja, showing up as a promo. Really clever to do it that way. And then we have the added benefit of bringing it into the more modern. We're jumping out of the frame really well here. You have this classic loop of that's the tongue of Greninja, but that classic loop kind of brings you in. The fact of Greninja being very ninja-like, the stance, the arms out, there's a lot here, but it's simple. This is a simple artwork, but overall the entire card really brings it to another level because you're taking the old, combining the newer. Okay, we can't say new because we're already on Generation 9 now, but you're taking the old and you're combining the new and meeting them in the middle here. Brilliant idea, especially for it being the promo. It's so convincing and it looks so good. It makes you think, oh, where was the original Greninja Gold Star? What set had that? What set had that? Right? The Umbreon comes from an original set. I think it's Pop Series 5. Is that right? Comment down below if you know, because I sure don't. I think it's Pop Series 5. Same kind of style there, and maybe that's where they pulled it from. Just let's grab that same kind of thing and change it up, make it Greninja, add it in there. Really, really cool. And that's all you can really say about it because it's a very simple artwork of just having the highlight from the center radiating out into the darkness. You get the hollow. You have the swirls, especially if you get that kind of a nice swirl there. Inexpensive to get. I would go and find it where it's sealed still, just because they're not that hard to find, but a lot of people rip these open. So you might want to check on eBay or something, see if you can get it for sealed. And really cool. That's why it makes it into the top tier, the true artworks, along with these others here that we have. The Birthday Pikachu, one of the other classic collections that I brought up here because it has so much going on. The fact of how difficult it was to find this thing as a kid when it was coming out, you know, it's really cool to have that opportunity and pull that again. That was always a big smile when you end up pulling that one. And then that Mew making the cut in the true artwork. But perhaps you disagree. Perhaps you agree. It was a difficult set to kind of isolate into these different categories because you're combining new artworks with old artworks and considering promos and availability and how are you rating this. So it was actually one of the more difficult ones because it's kind of two sets meeting here in one, and where do you take it? And I went as far as having all of the different promos, the different Pikachu V and VMAX, the gold cards here, these different ones from the collector's chest, Zacian Little X, which one was Dragapult, I don't remember, Delta Species or something. Yeah, so like all these different promos included into this as well, because it offered for a few of them that made the cut up here in those gold cards. I think that was valuable to utilize and show that they have some true artworks capability as well, or status. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this one and the new format of just having it pre-filled out and breaking down a few cards for you. Let's break down this giveaway for you, all right? We got the Pokemon 151 poster collection going out to one lucky winner. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Building our way to 4,000 subscribers. Go back to the beginning of the video where I explain exactly what you need to do to be a part of the channel in that way and have your chance to win one of the 8 prizes, because we're also doing 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks and 5 Pokemon card mystery lots. Be sure to hit the bell because I post 7 days a week. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.